Sterling Heights, Michigan. That used to be a place that back in the 80s through the 90s was just a dirt road. You used to have to get off the freeway and ride around to come back to the main street in Sterling Heights. Now, if you take a ride down Sterling Heights or even pull it up on the internet and look at it, they have 3 major malls. They have every major store, every major highway, every major gas station, everything that they could possibly need. So when Friday comes, they don't have to come back to the city except for to see the Tigers play, the Red Wings play, or when the Pistons get here, the Pistons play. So it's just like that. It has actually regenerated the system.
That's right, but they only come to the city to get a check.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. They've made it so that they only have to come here to get a check. Now they're trying to put in the light rail system. And that's, again, to move them in and move them out.
Right.
It's not about us in the middle, because that train probably won't never stop where I can get on it.
Not in the morning. In the morning, that train's going to fill up, down on the back end, out suburban area type, and it's going to run all the way downtown straight through because it'll be full.
Right.
Okay. And then in the evening, the same thing. You might be able to get on it, during working hours when everybody's working, but basically, like a lot of people are not calling it light rail, they're calling it white rail.
It's just like back in the day, when I was a little girl, I used to go to Chicago frequently. My cousin lived in Chicago, and we would alternate spending summers. Well, I'm talking 8. I'm 50 now. Yeah, I'm old. But
I'm surprised you gave away your age. Most women don't want to talk about that.
I'm proud of being my age because I've seen a lot happen in all these years. But just to say this, I remember when Chicago used to be downtown, predominantly Chinatown. It had a Great America, which was a big amusement park. And then when gentrification came back in, it became all the major department stores. The Great America got pushed to the side. Chinatown got put to the side. And it became something that really you used to could afford to live in. But now, when you go there and look at the tax base for downtown Chicago, it is really, really astronomical. If you don't have millions, you just about can't live downtown. Just like New York. You can't live downtown New York unless you have millions or billions, because a 1-bedroom apartment in New York is almost $1,500 a month.
Oh, really?
Yes.
1 bedroom?
1 bedroom. Haven't you ever watched Selling New York? They're selling apartments downtown that are probably as big as our home. 1,000 square feet. It's costing $2 million to sell.
I try not to watch too many of those HGTV shows. They kind of make me sick watching them spend all that money. And while my pockets are empty. All down in paradise and everything. Buying all kind of house. But I don't see how they can afford them.
Well, man, it's like living in L.A. L.A. is in New York, and Illinois, Chicago, those are some very expensive. And from what I understand, Atlanta is going to that forefront too. They're getting quite expensive to live downtown Detroit. Hey, and keep it up, because Detroit is turning around, and pretty soon it'll be costly to live in downtown Detroit. So if you live anywhere near downtown Detroit or within that 50-mile radius, you want to hold on to the home with everything that you got right now.
Yeah, and you might be able to sell it and get some money out of it before the taxes run you out of it. you know what I'm saying? You listening to Urban Revolution on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. I'm your host, One Iam.
And I see y'all saying that I'm secure within myself. Yes, I'm secure within myself. I'm proud of being me. But and I'm Debbie.
Yep, and this is Debbie, my right hand. And Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com is listener-supported radio. If you can, hit the donate button. Donate a couple of dollars. to the calls. Keep us on the radio. We give you the 411 on what's happening every week on Urban Revolution. That's for sure. I'm going to tell you right now about the recession worsens the racial wealth gap, which you may have heard that. There's been a study done from 2009 data compiled by the Pew Research Center, and it found the median wealth of white households was 20 times that of black households and 18 times that of Hispanic households. And it's basically because most of the wealth of blacks and Hispanics were in their homes, and then, you know, the banks like gutted us basically for the equity out of the homes. So, you know, we lost, you know, most of them. I know I lost like $80,000 in equity on a house that I had. And then, you know, the bank want to come at you, you know, for the big mortgage and everything, while you upside down in the house. You know what I'm saying? And they ran off with the money. They sold all these mortgages to the Chinese at AAA ratings and everything, you know, and then the bubble busted and everything, and they kept all the bonuses and everything that they made, you know, $1 million bonuses on all these mortgages they packaged up and sold to the Chinese. And now the Chinese are looking like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I've been ripped off. And they like, well, look, don't worry about it, man. We'll sell you some of America. You know, you can come over here and get a piece of this and a piece of that and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? but you know, people just got to wise up to what's going on. But speaking of gentrification, I got one of my neighbors here. His name is Clete, and he moved here from Oregon. And, you know, he's white. His wife is white. And guess what? He got 4 children, and they're all white. And yeah, they moved right up here in Detroit, you know, which is a brave and bold move, you know, because Detroit is like a lot of poverty. You already know Detroit's story, you know, as far as the auto industry goes and how it's deteriorated, how the schools have a 75% dropout rate, and you know, the housing is like dilapidated. You know, it's not being upkept because we're not getting the loans. You know, and you're not getting the loans because you don't have the jobs and stuff like that and the income. I mean, it all fits together. And you know, Clete decided to move here from Oregon, and we're just gonna talk to him for a minute here. And let me tell you something about Clete. He came in. He got a home in one of the more affluent neighborhoods here in Detroit. And, in the middle of Detroit. Yeah, and he came right in as like a community organizer, you know, and started organizing the community and throwing picnics in his yard and everything. You know, every week there's a picnic, and he's bringing neighbors together. And people, I'm starting to meet people that I didn't know, you know, that live on my block, and Clete lives a block away. So you know, he's doing a good job at what he's doing. Debbie, let Clete come over here for a minute, and we're gonna talk to Clete about why he came into Detroit. Sure, come on. Okay. All right, I hope y'all realize that our phone lines are open, so while Clete is here, feel free to call in and ask some questions. Let him know what's going on Revolution Radio. Again, let him know what our listeners are listening to and what you're feeling to today's subject. All right? Yeah.
Well, hello, Debbie and One Iam. This is Master of Many Things. I've been sitting in with you, and I'd have got you some calls earlier, but One Iam didn't answer my Skype.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, we're not on Skype? We sorry.
Well, I'm on Skype, but you can let the call through if you get any.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to announce it until you responded. I didn't know if you wanted to present first, but that's great to hear for the listeners. If you want to give us a call right now and join One Iam and his wonderful wife, Debbie, on the Urban Revolution show, you can give us a call at 347-688-2902 if you're in the United States and Canada. If you're in the United Kingdom, you'll call 020-3286-3697. Australia will call 03-9010-5725. And our New Zealand friends, 03-669-2431. Looks like Clyde's ready to join you, One Iam.
Okay, you let Clyde through.
Hello, Clyde.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well.
It's going real good.
How's it going, Clete? Is Clete online yet?
Yeah, Clete's right here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
How you doing, Clete? What's it like moving from Oregon?
I lived in the Portland, Oregon area, and it's been a great experience for my family and I. We've been here since September 2010, and we're loving it. I'm from the Midwest originally, as well as my wife is, so it's like coming back home.
I heard that. Yeah. So you got 4 kids?
I have 4 children, 7 through 16.
Oh, just that range, too, where they get into everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you get into one of those gentrification houses?
We got into a house in the neighborhood that had been fixed up a little bit, and we're still in the middle of purchasing it. It's a short sale, and so that's our story right now with that house. We're hoping to get it, but we put an offer in March and still going through.
Oh, Chuck.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They jacking the prices up now?
They seem to be going up a little bit since we've moved.
Yeah, they might be going up a little bit, but they fell so low that
really?
It was ridiculous, man. You could get a 6-7 bedroom house around here for $20,000, man.
What?
Yeah. So I'm talking about 6, 7.
You got any kind of yards, or is it just is it like efficiency or something?
No, it's got a good sized yard too. Good sized yard, and 3.5 baths.
Good Lord.
3,500 square feet. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of that's a lot of cleaning and cooling and stuff.
Yeah, but you got to move to Detroit to get it.
Exactly. And One Iam, does it come with all the crack dealers you can handle?
Yeah, right behind your house. Exactly, man. You got to deal with that.
When they say crack the back door, they ain't joking.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm Clyde, if you were done talking to Clete, I'm going to ask him a couple of questions here.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the place where you lived before you moved to Detroit City. I mean, what was it like?
Well, I lived in a suburb of Portland. Actually, almost beyond the suburb, I lived on a 40-acre horse farm.
Oh, really?
Yes, before we moved into Detroit.
Man,
so
what a difference.
You're talking about a whole different culture.
Yeah. Man, 40 acres. Okay, and the size of your family presently is you,
my wife, and then 7 and 9-year-old boys, and 15 and 16-year-old girls.
Oh, 15 and 16-year-old girls. Okay. And this is a long question, but I'm going to have to ask you this, that given the reports on the condition of Detroit's housing, the educational opportunities, the public safety inadequacies, the administration financial deficits, public shopping shortfalls, the higher cost of living as far as insurance and taxes and prices go, as well as being a minority in a situation where a large portion of the majority population is poor and uneducated, sort of looking at you sideways, right?
Oh, yeah.
How did you come to the decision that the city of Detroit is the place for you and your family?
Yeah, good question. I am a pastor, which you may not know, but I'm also a small business owner and do a lot of business on the internet. That's how I make my living. And we're looking for a place in an urban context that I could move to and run my internet business and kind of go in the middle of the country, but also looking for a place that people were moving out of.
Yeah.
Moving to a place where it seemed like there was less hope, where there was some hopelessness. And